Have you ever really thought about the hidden highways running through your own arm? I mean, we all know blood has to get to our fingertips, but the real magic, the incredible story is how it all gets back. So today, we're going to take a guided tour of that whole intricate network, the veins and lymphatics that are the true unsung heroes of your arm's circulatory system.
Yeah, it seems pretty straightforward, doesn't it? The arteries are like delivery trucks, just pumping that oxygen-rich blood down your arm. But that return journey? Phew, that's a whole other ballgame. How does all that used blood, plus all the cellular waste, defy gravity and make that long, uphill climb back to your heart? Well, the answer is a total masterpiece of biological engineering.
So to pull off this amazing return trip, your arm actually has more than just one system. It's got two really powerful parallel venous highways for the blood, and then a third, totally essential system that basically acts like a dedicated cleanup crew. Let's dive in and break them down. Okay, so here's the deal with those two venous systems. First, you've got the deep system. Think of this as the hidden superhighway, running way down deep beneath a tough layer of tissue, right next to your muscles and bones. This one is the real workhorse. Then you have the superficial system. This is the one you can actually see on your skin sometimes. It's kind of like the scenic local route, and its main job is just draining the skin itself.
So how in the world does all this blood flow uphill without just sliding right back down? Well, the secret is this brilliant bit of biological tech, venous valves. Just picture a whole series of one-way gates inside your veins. Every time your muscles contract, they squeeze the veins and push the blood forward through a gate, which then snaps shut behind it. No backflow. It's such a simple but unbelievably effective way to fight gravity.
All right, let's start our tour on that scenic route. You know, the system we're all a little more familiar with, because we can actually see it just under our skin. We're going to trace the path of blood right from the fingertips as it starts that long climb back up the arm.
And the whole journey kicks off right here, on the back of your hand. All the blood coming from your fingers and your palm gathers into this network of veins you can probably see right now. It's called the dorsal arch, and it's basically the main collection depot before the blood starts its trip up your forearm.
So, from that hub on the back of your hand, the blood gets channeled into three main paths for the trip up the forearm. You've got the radial vein on the thumb side, the ulnar on the pinky side, and then the median vein running right up the middle. All three of these roads are heading toward one crucial intersection, your elbow.
And that meeting point is so cool. Seriously, take a look at the inside of your elbow. Odds are you can see this pattern. It's often called the venous M of the cubital fossa, and it's the most common way these forearm veins connect. It's also a super important spot for medical stuff, but we'll get back to that in a minute.
Now, after the elbow, things get a little simpler. That whole network merges into two main highways for the upper arm. The cephalic vein takes the outside lane running right up your bicep, while the basilic vein takes the inside lane. And both of them are cruising towards the shoulder. So that was the surface level network, but now we're going deeper. It's time to talk about the hidden powerhouse of your arm's circulation, the deep venous system. This is the real express lane for returning blood. And here's a huge difference. Unlike the superficial veins that kind of travel solo, the deep veins are always partnered up. They run right alongside the arteries, bundled together. And this is so important because the pulse from the artery actually helps squeeze the veins next to it, giving the blood an extra little push on its journey home. This deep system, man, it does all the heavy lifting. It's usually a paired system, we're talking two veins for every one artery, and it's responsible for draining all the blood from your hardworking muscles, your bones, your joints, the whole shebang. And eventually, all of these deep vessels merge into one single massive vein up at the shoulder, the axillary vein. But wait, the blood vessels aren't the only highways we're talking about here. Running right alongside them is a third, absolutely vital network. It doesn't carry blood, but honestly, without it, the whole system would just grind to a halt. So let's talk about the lymphatic system, the body's very own specialized cleanup crew. The lymphatic system is like your body's sanitation and security service all rolled into one. It goes around collecting all the extra fluid, cellular junk, and toxins from your tissues. That fluid is called lymph, and it gets filtered through these little nodes that are packed with white blood cells, ready to hunt down and fight off any infections. So where does all this fluid and waste from your arm actually go? Well, the final destination for every single lymphatic vessel in your arm, both deep and superficial, is this critical cluster of lymph nodes right in your armpit. These are the axillary nodes.
Think of them as the central processing and filtration plant for your entire arm.
Okay, so we've toured all the highways, but why is this anatomical roadmap so important? I mean, why does this matter in the real world? Well, let's look at how this knowledge is used in medicine every single day, where understanding this network can be absolutely life or death.
Hey, remember that venous M in your elbow we talked about? Well, because it's so easy to see and get to, it is the #1 spot for doctors and nurses to draw blood or to place an IV line. Every time that happens, it's a direct application of knowing your superficial venous anatomy.
Now, this is where that deep systems draw becomes so critical. If a blood clot, a deep vein thrombosis, forms in one of those hidden express lane veins, it is a serious medical emergency. It can completely block the main drainage route from your entire arm, which leads to massive swelling, a lot of pain, and some really dangerous complications. And what about our cleanup crew, the lymphatics? Well, since all the lymph from the arm drains to those axillary nodes in the armpit, that's the first place doctors check to see if a cancer, like breast cancer, has started to spread. Surgeons need to know this anatomy inside and out when they have to remove those nodes.
And check out this amazing surgical innovation. For patients who need regular kidney dialysis, normal veins just can't handle the stress. So surgeons can actually go in and directly connect an artery to a vein in the forearm. This creates a powerful high-flow access point called a fistula that makes life-saving dialysis possible. And that entire procedure relies on a super detailed understanding of these hidden highways.
So, from something as simple as a blood draw to incredibly complex, life-saving surgery, this amazing multi-layered network in your arm is always working. It's just a perfect example of elegant biological design. And it really makes you wonder, right? If all of this mind-blowing complexity is engineered into just one of your limbs, what other hidden wonders are at work inside the rest of you?